Greetings. This video will go over very quickly how to use the Drawio website and downloadable drawing program to create drawings for the courses in project management and database systems that I will teach at Shawnee State University. In this video, we will go to the Drawio website and look at how to get the Drawio program. We will open a new drawing, open Drawio, and create a new drawing. I will show how to load the suggested symbols for project management and database classes into the Scratchpad and how to use them, because I'm going to give you a file full of shapes that I would like you to use in my classes. And then we'll draw a simple activity on node network diagram using Drawio so that you can see the whole thing work. So to use Drawio, open up your favorite web browser and type in draw.io into the address bar and click enter or press enter, and you'll be brought to a screen that looks something like this. At this point, you can tell Drawio where you want it to save your documents. You can save it to your Google Drive, your OneDrive, or to a local device by default. If you go download the downloadable version, you'll also receive a screen similar to this when you first open Drawio. I'm going to go ahead and say I want to save to a device, which will allow me to save it to local storage here on my PC, or I could have just as easily saved it to my Google Drive. Now I want to create a new program by create a new diagram by clicking on the Create New Diagram. I'm going to choose New Diagram, and I'm going to name it Video Demo. Let's Video Demo. And then I'm going to click the Create button, which is over here under where I was sitting. So I create the document, and I'm now at the Drawio in the classic screen. Now, you can see that it's offering me the option to get Drawio Desktop, which is the downloadable version of Drawio. And if you want to use Drawio in an offline environment, maybe at home or somewhere else where you don't have access to high-speed internet, I strongly suggest you download that version and load it locally on your computer. So within Drawio, once you're in your new blank document, you'll see that you have a menu where you can file and open, where you can copy and paste with edit. There's a toolbar which contains common things that you'll be doing to your diagram. There's a list or literally hundreds of shapes that you can include in your diagram, including entity relationship shapes and several others. And then over here, you'll see properties dealing with either the current diagram or the shape that is currently active. If you're taking one of my courses, there are a bunch of common symbols that I would like you to use for consistency purposes in your homework and other assignments. You will find those symbols in the scratchpad.xml file, which you will find in the Blackboard site for your class, usually under Files. Now, I've downloaded that scratchpad.xml file, and to load it into Drawio is just as simple as grabbing it and dragging it over into the Scratchpad. And you see how I'm doing that. I'm going to let go. And now I have the most common symbols that I'll be using for entity relationship diagrams, PERT diagrams, critical path diagrams, and network diagrams are all right here, and we don't have to go search for them anywhere else. And these are the symbols I would like you to use in the context of classes when you're taking classes with me. Now that we have our Scratchpad set up with the images with the shapes I'd like you to use, and we have a blank diagram started, let's just very simply, let's draw a simple network diagram. And I'm going to show you just how easy it is. A network diagram, you have nodes and arrows connecting them. So I'm just going to grab a node and I'm going to drag it here to the screen. And you saw how easy that was. I double click on the node and you can see the little text tool appears, and I can name the node. I'm going to name this node Start. just by typing start, and it worked like a charm. Now, to connect to the next node, I can drag a node and put it over here, or I can let Drawio automatically add the node for me. Before I add the node, though, I want to change the diagram, the arrow shape, and I can change the arrow shape by drawing down because I just want a straight line. I don't want a fancy zigzag line or a bezier curved line, but I could choose that if I wanted. So I'm going to choose a straight line. So you can see it says straight here now. And if I come here and I see those arrows coming off, if I just click right there, boom, notice how it cloned the previous shape. I have a new shape. I can drag it, and notice how the arrows stay connected. So I would change that to maybe task A. Maybe B comes off of start. See how easy that was? And I just come here and type in B. Let's do another task off of B and call it C. Isn't this really quick and easy? Now I want to create a task called end that A and C both feed into. So I just create my end, come here and type end. And I can come here, but instead of clicking, I can drag from that arrow that comes off the end, or I could go and click here to end, and notice that now all of the arrows are connected, and I have drawn a very simple network diagram using Drawio. I could manually add the arrow by coming to the arrow tools. I can add the shapes independently. I can have multiple shapes going at once. I can change the size of a shape by grabbing its move handles. I can rearrange them just about any way I want. I wanted it to look more like that. You can see that there are just a myriad, infinite number of things that you can do, including once you have a shape, you can change its colors and its styles, and you can backgrounds and cut line widths and all kinds of things you can do. Once you have your diagram drawn the way you want it, just go to File, Save, or File, Save As, and save it where you want it to be. And that would be a really quick introduction to Drawio. I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. This presentation was copyright 2020 by James M. Renault, PhD. You can contact me at jrenault@shawnee.edu. This work is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike 4.0 international license. And again, I'd like to say thank you.